What's going on? Good, beautiful people, most intelligent people, lovely people, positive people, and my spiritual people. What's going on? It's the Bad Wolf. Well, I can't say I'm in black today, so I guess we're going to be the White Wolf. All right. So, what's this video about? We're going to be doing some UCC stuff. I made like probably two videos. I could have sworn I did more than that on the UCC. Well, at least as far as how to do one and searching. Um, I have a number of them on rejection. So if you've ever been rejected, look up UCC rejection with the Bad Wolf or James C Lovett. As always, guys, if you would be so kind, hit that bell and subscribe. We are almost at 60,000. I think we can break it before the end of the year. And remember, all things here are organic. We're not pushed by the system, or we might be shadow banned a little bit by the system. But everything here is organic. So I do need your support to help any way you guys can. So hit the bell, like, subscribe, share the videos. If you guys see anybody calling me the S word, please report them with the button over there, or both sides, however it works. And thank you in advance for that. As always, guys, we are in the Telegram groups. We do have a Facebook group. And if you want to know any of my other social medias, please go to blacksite32.com and you can check out my social media page and see what outlets I'm on. Please make sure you do not get scammed by people out there pretending to be me in some of these groups. I almost never have time to respond to anybody directly with your DM, so I apologize for that. If you do hit me up, don't take it personal if I don't respond. I don't have a whole lot of downtime to converse in the various all the platforms I'm on. And to those people over on Patreon supporting me that way, thank you. For those people who are doing donations through Blacksite, which is a PayPal link, you can create any amount you want and do it weekly, monthly, or however. Thank you to the people in my Wolf Pack. Thank you for that journey and being there while I talk about some more private side things and expand upon some of the videos we've made. Thank you guys, everybody, for supporting me, really. And even to the haters out there, thank you because you're making me famous, even with your negative words and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys in advance. Um, as always, yes, the comments are off because I want everybody to focus on the information and then do your own research. We do have a community section that is open. It's a little easier to monitor what is said and what's going on. I don't care for the AI bots and the PORN stuff and the trolls and whatever else. And surprisingly, remarkably, that's been kept down. And now that I've got one or two people checking the emails for me, most of the time I don't even see any of the negative mail. So that is awesome. So life has become better. It seems like it's getting better every day. Now, one thing I do want to mention before we get started, and this might seem a little, very faith oriented or whatever else. But one of the things I will say, and just briefly, is it seems like there has been a shift in energy. Um, and unfortunately, I would like to say that it would be more good, but what I'll say is this, is that it seems like there's a negative energy out there affecting various people out there, especially light workers. So remember to keep the power of your faith, positive light within you at all time. We're as an invisible shield. And just stay away from the negative things that you see on TV and in the world. Even though there is that negative energy, um, you carry with you positive light. So in your normal daily events, good people, keep faith, no matter what faith you believe in. Sometimes it's darkest or darker before the dawn. So don't give up on life. Don't give up on yourself. Take time to breathe. Get off the train. Get off the hamster wheel. Whatever you got to do. Um, but keep believing in yourself. And if you get knocked down, don't be afraid to get back up. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. So all right, here, let me get over. We are going to be doing a UCC, and we're going to be in California this time. Okay, because each state is actually a little bit different in their portal. So I want to make sure that we cover some of this. So, all right. Don't mind me. I'm just keeping an eye on the neighbors. Some of the kids are outside and just making sure no odd people, because I don't trust people. That's why I got cameras. All right, looks like everything's cool. All right, so share my screen if you know what I mean. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. All right, so here we are, California Secretary of State. This is their main website. I guess I can click here for home. So you most of the time, your Secretary of State, guys, is going to be where you're going to be able to file this UCC. Now, remember, the UCC stands for the Uniform Commercial Code. So everything in it's about commercial, commerce, period. Everything that they're doing, where there's an exchange of financial means, money, credit, whatever else, if it's exchange, it is commerce and it's in the public, period. Everything that they're doing is all business. Okay. You can call it what they want, but that's what it is. So if you do a search, so if you drop down your search here, you can do a search by name or file number. Okay, for corporations, LLCs, limited, okay, all those things that are public or registered. Okay. So let's go back to home. So here, now if you want, this is where you can create your business entity. Now, I don't personally know why you'd want to create it through the state, because then you're paying the state and you are then subject to their taxing because you're a subcorp through them. And all they're going to do is go to the irs.gov and input your information through their ways or portals. So if you got to be limited to pay somebody taxes, I would prefer just to pay the government. Okay, that's just me, but you guys can move how you want because it's completely free over there. So yeah. But if you choose to, this is how you do it through your Secretary of State. Usually, they might have a third party, but typically it's going to be through Secretary of State because they are the second most powerful person. Really, almost the most powerful person. But you got your governor, and then you got your secretary. But she's the one who makes all the things happen. He might say it, she's the one who makes it happen. Feel me? It's like a husband and a wife. Yeah, he might give the order, but she's the one who actually does it. So who really has the power there? But in general, both of them have power because without either of them, there wouldn't be unity for this to work. So remember that, men and ladies, you need each other. We need each other. Stop trying to divide or allow the system to divide and conquer us because of what's between your legs. It's so stupid. All right. Each one of us has our strengths and our weaknesses. And where I am weak, she is strong. And where she is strong, I am weak. That is it. All right. So anyway, I digress. Liens. This is where you want to go. Okay. Now, okay. So you can do a free UCC search and get copies. That's here. You find out what their fees are. Okay. But we want to drop down here where it says file a lien. Now, a lot of people don't understand that here where it says file a lien amendment. This is a UCC 3. You only need this if you do not have enough room in your UCC 1 under collateral. Okay. So you don't need to do both. But if you need, you can. Or you can just do a brand new lien, however you want to do. All right. If you already have a statement ready to go, here's where you file it. You can upload your files, but we're going to do one online. Okay. Okay. So a notice of judgment lien, no. Attached lien, no. Financing statement, UCC 1. File online. I think it just said $5 to file this. All right. Oh, they want me to create a. Okay, fine. I'll what sign up. All right. Let me pause for 2 seconds while I uh you know do this part. So let me get to all right here. How about this? I'll just stop sharing. You guys can look at my face while I create a account for this particular thing. All right, hopefully this doesn't take long. Meanwhile, talk amongst yourselves. Uh, I got to go to my email, of course. Finish signing up. But if they're going to do that. Yes, please activate my account. Okay, I should be able to. So that's another thing, guys. If you didn't know, you can file a lien in a different state. All right. Doesn't have to be in the same one, though. If all your property and whatever else are there, then that's where you should really file it. All right. So how do I? Here. PIZ file online. That's yep. That's it. Okay. Um. 1 second. There we go. All right. All right. Yes. Privacy better. Okay. All right. Let me get back to sharing the screen. All right. So let's go through the terms. Blah 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 blah. Don't do anything dumb, stupid, or illegal. Sure. Yep. Great. All right. So for your contact name, this is the person who they want to be able to contact about this. So I'm just going to go as far as case sensitive and whatever else. Contact it's not really that important to be case sensitive. So we're just going to go normal. So just upper and lower. Organization name, I would go like I don't know, House of Lovett. Phone number. Okay, enter a valid one. Let's go to 16. 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's a valid one. Fine. Uh, 533 How about that? Okay. Email. Well, that you guys already know, so nothing new there. Actually, here, let me use mine. U.S. national passport at yahoo.com. I mean, you guys have these are all on the internet anyway. It's not a big deal. Um, let's go 555. West blue. Very lane. Uh, oh yeah, it's gotta be in California. Let's go Los Angeles. And zip code is optional, so I'm just gonna put all zeros here with the extension. Next. Okay, add a debtor. Okay. Now, if you go, this debtor is an organization, you're telling them that some body, a body of bodies, is the debtor. So in this case, you're pretty much not going to do it. Usually, you're just doing it against your own straw man. So, straw man, going all caps, James, all caps, middle initial C, and last name. Okay. Now, a debtor is recognized by the middle initial only. Okay. So again, 555. Mary Lane. Oh, this doesn't really matter on the case. Okay. Now, some people will put the address of the debtor to what the hospital is where they were where they were born, because that's what's on the birth certificate. So technically that could be the consider that the correct location of the debtor. Most people, other people just use their home address, um, because you have the document and the document is where it's at. So wherever the document's at is really where the debtor is. Okay. So you can go either way with that. So now we're going to look at the secured party. And once again, if I wanted my family to be the creditor, then I would go House of Lovett for Lovett family or Lovett nation or nation of Lovetts. Say something like that. Okay. If you don't want to do it this way and you want direct control, so it's not like a family thing, like if I was going to pass this information on to my son, etc., or anybody else in my family or who's underneath my nation, then I would do it that way. But in this particular case, I'm not. So all lowercase. James. Matter of fact, we know that most states do not want you, nor can you legally be the living dead. Okay, it's funny how they separate that, but when we go to court, they want us to be that person. But anyway, so if you run into the fact that they don't, it denies you because you're put your. So first of all, let me just say this: middle name or first name, full middle name spelled out, full last name. This should be good because you only put your middle initial here on the first one. But if you are denied at this point, I would recommend coming back here to your first name and putting Mr. or Mrs. If that doesn't work, you want to put Master, okay? Or you can put LRD for Lord. Last name to make it your given name, or here, or you could do like this. You can go James Cash, okay? Because Native Americans have a first name, but it's a compound first name. Leave the middle initial and name blank and go Lovett Nation or House of Lovett, something like that. Okay. Okay. Now, because this is living and we're not in their paper jurisdiction as a living being with a given name, you want to put in all zeros. Okay. Save. Now, if you had you and your significant other, there's two secured parties over them, you'd put that here. So if we back up to debtor, if you're going to do one over this variation of your name, you could put your full middle name if you choose to, or if there's another entity that you do have control over, say you're a company, your trust, whatever, you can put it here. add one, or you can do a separate whole new UCC one. So we're good there, good here. Collateral. Okay. How is the documentation of the collateral provided? As text, you can upload a file, or it's not applicable. Well, enter as text. So this is your collateral box. You have 10,000 characters, which is far more generous than most other states. Here's where you can put in your fee schedule. You know, your hair, 5,000. So let's just go hair, 5,000. Hourly rate, 2,200. Arrest fee, 50,000. Handcuff, DNA, fingerprints, blah 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 blah. Okay, you can then put in your vehicle, your VIN number if you want. Now, if you're gonna, you can do your bank accounts and credit cards and stuff like that, but remember to XXXX at least 4 of the numbers in there. Do not put any numbers like your social all the way out. You don't have to show all that, just the majority of it, so they can have a reference of the number, but you don't need to show the whole number. Okay. And then you can fill this out how you see fit, fee schedule, all the things you want right here. Indicate if collateral is held in a trust or being administered by a decedent's personal representative. So what they're saying here is that we know that our name in all capitalized letters is a state-created trust. So in fact, it really is held in a trust. Or is it being administered, meaning it's now the property of a decedent's personal representative. So decedent means dead, you're deceased. Most of you have not gone to the IRS to get a estate number to declare your social to be dead. You can still use it, but now you're saying that with this number, I control all of it. So most of you guys are not going to use this one until after you've done that process. But what you're saying here is that you as a living person, which is separate and distinct from your legal dead person, you are actually administering it, but it's actually not in your complete control. So, but you are administering it, but your person has not been declared to be dead, and you're not the you are the representative of it, but you have not performed this truly until you've done the IRS estate number. So, held in trust. Next. All right, select an alternative financing statement type. Okay. So, in this case, debtor is a transmitting utility. So they're not saying public here because it's already obvious, or should be obvious, that you're doing their stuff, so it is considered public. All right, they don't have to say public. I wouldn't walk up to one of my my brother and say, hello, my black brother Steve. No, we already know that we're of that color, so they're not saying public here. All right, select an additional alternative financing statement. Now, if this was private, you could click non-UCC. It's not an agricultural lien. Okay, so in this case, I would go not applicable. Okay, so here you're going to want to go Baylor Bailey. You have the full control here. It's not a lease. It's not a consignment. You're not a seller buyer. You're not a licensee to a licensor. Bailey Baylor. You have physical control over it, like a Baylor to the Bailey. Somebody wants to get bailed out. You have that control over it. Optional file reference information. This would be if you have an internal government or personal filing system. I could say Badwolf 777. Hey, whatever. Optional, don't need it. Unless you already have a system, you want to keep it like that. Additional collateral information. This would only be if it's timber, fixtures, extracted collateral, like something out of a mine or whatever, and real estate. Okay. So if you do want to cover your house, this financial statement is to be filed in the real estate. But see, I would do it separate. I would do one with my other stuff, and then I would specifically use this one, because this is going to put it right in the real estate record. So only if you're doing, homeowner, real estate, property type stuff. Otherwise, normally you don't need this and you don't need that. Miscellaneous information. Anything else you want to add, put it here. Okay. All right. So you can do a order a search to reflect, see if there's anything else out there on you. They'll let you know if there's already somebody ahead of you. Click your name. Next step. Okay. So double checking, submitter, upper, lower, that's fine. Debtor, all upper. Secured, lower. Okay. Suppose I should have probably made the H and the L here all lowercase. It'll still go through, but for consistency, it should all be lower. That's given in normal, natural, non-official. Okay. Collateral, that looks good. Transmitting utility, bail or bailee, optional, optional, optional. Next step. And you can either file it online or you can print this and mail it in. So I'm just going to go file online. And my total for this would be $10. One for the little mini search and one for the file itself. Hit pay with credit card. Boom. That is it. That's it. Now, if you're denied, once again, it might be because of your name. If you're denied, you're not sure and they didn't tell you, which they're supposed to tell you, ask them, why was I denied? They might say, oh, frivolous or whatever. Typically, it means you're making your amounts too crazy. Some people will itemize their stuff. Some people might put 100 million. Typically, if you go over 500 million, it's where they usually tend to want to deny you. It's like, okay, you're playing a little bit too much now. So anything usually under that, you're pretty well safe. You can put some people put their financing agreements in there or their other statements. They might reject those. Not saying they will 100%, depends on your state. Each one of them moves a little bit differently. So if you feel like you want to put your statement in there, put it in there. Is it needed? No. Once you make a claim, that's it. You've done a UCC. That's it. Some people will put a financing statement in there or a promissory note. They'll send copies of it to the Secretary of Treasury. Those are not needed. I've never seen anybody actually show me where that was the only way they had to perfect it. Because once I hit accept and they accept it back, it's perfected. It's done. But if you want to put things in there that you have a lien against, then you can do that. Okay. So I'm just telling people are like, oh, well, you didn't do it right. No, there's lots of ways to do the same thing. So if you want to and you have it, use it. Okay. Unless somebody can show me where they did that extra step and they got some letter back and they were like, congratulations, and showed up with balloons and they're like, you did it right. You went the extra mile. And all right, yeah, send it to me, show it to me, prove it to me. I'm from the show me state. Okay. See, the things we're doing here are things that make sense and that work, not extra steps that are useless, wasting the government's time, the state's time, whatever else. So I've already used this in one with my court cases and police stations and et cetera, blah, 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 protecting my house. I've done all these things as is, just what I've just shown you. But if somebody can show me that the extra works without this part, cool. If it only got perfected for them because they went the extra distance, great. Show me. I'd love to see it. I'm not opposed to making another video and updating my own information or whatever else. I'm just saying you guys have to be careful with some things out there that people are pushing. They could be agents, they could be morons, they could be simpletons. They could just be straight out wrong. Okay. This part thus far has been time tested, proven to work. So unless you feel like you want to do the rest of it, you don't have to do more than that. You are born a creditor, and this is how you show that you are a secured party creditor in the public as a world of commerce. That's it. But yeah, some people will include a financing statement or a bill of exchange or a letter of credit or a promissory note, put the codes in there or upload the file or whatever else. Remember them as our trustees, they already are responsible to discharge our debts and other things when we instruct them to do so. Okay. So, that's really it. I mean, that's how you do a UCC in California. So almost all the states are going to be roughly the same. You got states like Wisconsin that might say more like agricultural or farm or this or that because that's more so what they do over there. But what I have to do is if you're not sure what options to check, read through them. Do your own research. If you're not, what is a lessor or lessee? Well, look it up. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's do it right now. Okay, so let's just take that as an example. So we're gonna go back to sharing the screen. Let's get back over there. Shazam. Okay. Sharing screen. Okay, so you're gonna get out all the way out of there, go to Google or whatever you like to go to, doesn't matter to me. Okay, so what does lessor less E mean in a UCC filing? Okay, so we can look at the AI generated. So in a UCC filing, the lessor is the owner of an asset that is leased to a leasee. A leasee is a party that leases the asset for temporary use. So you can see clearly this is not what we need. Okay, that's why we go with bailor bailee. So let's break that down. Okay. I mean, I've already done this stuff, but just to show you guys how it works, how I move. Okay. And a bailor is the owner who transfers physical possession of personal property to a bailee for a time, but retains ownership. That is you. Let's check it out. A bailment is a legal relationship, so meaning professional, public, held to a law. Oh, and what does it say here? In common law. Okay, they've got state law, public law. Common law is the real world. Okay, let's also go to Cornell Law. By the way, hello, Cornell Law EDU. It's come to my attention that you guys also have people who write for your school and like to watch my videos. So hello to you guys as well. A bailor is a person. Now they don't have person here, hypertext, hyperlinked to know what type of person, but we already pretty much know in this scenario. Or party who delivers a bailment. A bailment entrusts personal goods or other property to a bailee until the restoration to restoration to the bailor. That entrustment is temporary. And the bailor only relinquishes possessions of the goods and property, not the ownership. This is for safekeeping. I'm letting you hold my goods. Wouldn't mind a couple people holding my goods and all. Oh, never mind. So that's basically it, guys. That's how you do a UCC one. Now, like I said, if you're not familiar with the term, look it up. I mean, how do you think I got here? You do these things, you might get it wrong, but you look up the words. You're not familiar with the word, look it up. All right. So to all the people that support me out there who are doing fabulous and I won't necessarily call you guys students, but I'll call you guys fellow colleagues because we all learn from each other. I see you guys out there on Instagram. I see you guys out there on TikTok and Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have gotten my information or this information from me. So thank you. Thank you for following. Thank you for utilizing the information. Thank you for mentioning me in your videos and on your YouTube channels. All right. Um, I watched some of yours as well. It's good to see you guys flourishing and taking this information and moving it forward. And it also has come to my attention through various private individuals that the nation of the Moors out there have watched and know who I am. So thank you guys for watching. And that I've heard that there's people out there who have created study groups. Thank you as well. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So um, if I miss somebody, message me and say, hey, I threw a shout out on my channel. I'll throw it right back. Otherwise, thank you guys and take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. No one's going to take better care of you than you, first of all. But if you do find somebody that takes good care of you, take care of them. Don't lie to that person. Don't cheat. For the love of God, the staggering number of people who are cheating on each other out there is incredible. Stop hurting each other. Don't do that. Just leave. And this is a message out there. Usually I talk about this part. I'll give you guys just a little bit and then I'll get out of your hair. On my TikTok channel, I talk more openly about everything. All right. So find me on TikTok under either James C Lovett or the Badwolf. The letters are separated the underscore or T underscore H underscore E underscore B, all the way down. I just want to say that I don't know what's going on with the whole movement with the ladies out there. And no offense, but stop listening to your lying, cheating friends. Stop listening to social media. Stop listening to the propaganda on TV that cheating is cool, high body counts are cool. No normal good guy wants that. The only guys who want stuff like that are the Chads and Tyrones out there. No offense to them, because hell, I used to be a Tyrone myself. And even I, at this point in time, do not want any of that stuff. All right. We want a good, loyal person. All right. So, guys, as well, if you have a good woman at home, you better wrap that up, man. You better double down on that. Don't step out on a good woman. That's dumb. Okay. Everybody gets that, like to call it the 7-year itch or whatever else. Double down. Take that energy and reinvest it into your person. You find someone who takes care of you, you better love that person. Because a lot of people out there are hitting the wall around my age. For me, I'm pretty much done dating. It's such crap out there now. But if you find somebody, double down on them, because if they're willing to run the clock out with you, you've got the right person. So take that extra energy, reinvent yourself a little bit, whatever you got to do to you, change it up, do something different, watch some self-help or whatever, but keep what you got, because the dating pool out there is like the discount bum peed on half price bin at the local Goodwill reuse section with one hanging barely lit light. Not good. All right. But to change that, and I'm glad to see that guys are starting to change it out there. And thank you to all the good women and men out there who don't need any of this. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's it. So I've got the seminars coming up soon. So don't forget to check out on Black Site 32 for when we start doing the seminars on how to do some other things, especially court related and whatever else, health wise, because that's coming. All right. So look for that on Black Site 32 on the specific page for seminars. All right. Otherwise, resources, discounts, mobile notary, and more. Help get your bills paid and all that stuff. Go to blacksite32.com and check out my resources page. And if you guys do need other assistance, like I said, go check out USA.gov. There's lots of programs there to help you guys out. And I made videos on how to find in your area multiple places. So, look for my videos on YouTube. And if you want to ask questions, hit Black Site 32. There's a small fee for 3 or 4 questions. And that's it. So take care, guys. More videos coming. I'll talk to you later. Wolf's out.